And now, a moment with the KOTH.
This might sound like a Seinfeld setup, but what is the deal with all the goddamn boner pills all over the television anymore? We just had Viagra and their creepy pitches early on, then somehow tying it to NASCAR in an attempt to put two phallic symbols together. Those commercials have gotten less about the pill and more about making you wonder what the fuck they're selling, with the old guy in the desert in the muscle car with the overheated radiator like a setup to a cheesy 80s porno. Then came along Enzyte, taking the creepy factor up a notch with the pervert Smiling Bob. Whoever the hell is convinced that douche isn't getting a lot of sexual harassment lawsuits against him are probably the ones buying those pills. Then we get to Extends. After all, if you want to maintain a 4-hour boner, you might as well make it worth someone's time to bother with it, right? Those ads are so bad that it's a wonder that any guy who doesn't live in his grandma's basement would ever invest in these things. You have to take the pills for 4 to 6 months to achieve the maximum results, which isn't something they mention in the ads. Also, it has a tendency to kill your sex drive, now forcing you to invest in Viagra. See how the scam works? Along the same lines, you have Vimax, which is basically an analog of Extends. Same claims, same lousy results. You also have Synrex, Male Extra, and Size Pro. The last two I get, the stupid tie-ins with the name to the effect. What the fuck does Synrex mean? You've heard a lot of jokes about how we haven't cured cancer, but there are dozens of boner pills on the market, some of which resulted from trying to find a good heart medication that had the effect of giving you a Woody Woodpecker. What doctor thought this was an acceptable reaction? If I were a doctor, I think I'd be grossed out by a guy getting a hard-on when you're trying to keep him from having a heart attack, not look at his rod and see dollar signs. Your buddy the King of the Herp is amazed that nearly all these commercials call these drugs magical. Seriously? Probably since you were about 12, Woodrow Wilson's have been making your life awkward. Once we get married and finally have someone in our life that doesn't often say no, we are too old to have the random chubby to impress or annoy our partner with. Then she starts nagging, further reducing the chance of pitching a tent, which just makes her bitch more. This vicious cycle continues until finally your dick says fuck it, and you are awake at 3 in the morning watching Skinamax trying to see a nipple when these commercials come on and you're sitting there with no pants on and a gun in your mouth, and suddenly Smiling Bob doesn't seem like such a rapist and you pick up the phone. Remember, this is probably the pill your grandpa uses on grandma the next time you take that little blue pill.
And that was a moment with the KOTH.